The battle over who President Trump's administration can deport and who it cannot is heating up.
There's also questions about the role that federal courts play in this process. Ryan Nobles reports.
The effort to bring back a Maryland man who the Justice Department said was mistakenly deported to El Salvador intensifying. Lawyers for Kilmar Abrego Garcia arguing in a federal court filing today there is no evidence that anyone has requested the release of their client after the Supreme Court ordered the Trump administration to facilitate his return. Abrego Garcia's wife pleading for action.
I find myself pleading with the Trump administration and the Bukele administration to stop playing political games with the life of Kilmar.
Monday, the president of El Salvador said this in the Oval Office.
How can I smuggle a terrorist into the United States? I don't have the power to return him to the United States.
The White House now maintains Abrego Garcia was not mistakenly deported, insisting he is a member of the MS-13 gang, contrary to a district court judge's finding.
Which is the evidence presented doesn't show or doesn't lead one to believe that conclusion.
Maryland Democrat Senator Chris Van Hollen has asked to meet with El Salvador's president.
I don't think he wants to essentially be the president who's kidnapped a United States citizen.
Today, President Trump once again repeated his goal to send the most violent American convicts to prisons outside the U.S.
We are looking into it and we want to do it. I would love to do that.
At the same time, the Trump administration is putting increasing pressure on the nation's top universities to conform to its ideological goals. At least one institution is fighting back. The White House is freezing $2 billion in federal funds from Harvard University. The school's president refused to bow to White House demands to end its diversity programs, monitor foreign students' political expressions, and make leadership changes. The president now suggesting Harvard should lose its tax-exempt status.
To threaten people with loss of funding or other types of coercive measures from the government to get them to change what they're saying violates the First Amendment to the United States. It's plain and simple.
And two groups representing Harvard believe the federal courts will agree with that sentiment. They filed a lawsuit on Friday asking for a judge to file a temporary restraining order preventing the president from freezing Harvard's funds. Ryan Nobles, NBC News, Washington.
And just in the last 15 minutes, we learned that a judge is now deciding whether or not to bring contempt proceedings against the president's administration. The judge is presiding over the case of the man mistakenly deported to El Salvador. And the judge is now ordering the president's administration to turn over evidence of their efforts to secure his return ever since she first ordered it.